Hey everybody, it's Sunday morning and we are getting some coffee going this morning. So how do we do coffee? Let me show you. We got our coffee can here, old ammo box. Hand ground, fresh beans, straight from the coffee tree in Loveland, Colorado, supporting local. Anytime you have an opportunity to support your local businesses, I would say do so. Right here, inside this container, is a cool little contraption. This is the AeroPress Go. So, got this little silicone lid here. Once you break into it, this is the heart of the contraption here. You take all this stuff apart. This comes with paper filters when you purchase it, and this cool little paper filter carrying case. So this holds about 10 paper filters. The unit comes with like 350 paper filters. I opted to pick up the stainless steel reusable filter. I like being green and knew something sturdy like this is going to last us quite a while. You don't have to have a problem with running out of paper filters when you're out here in the middle of nowhere. And well, that would just be a real bummer if you couldn't make your coffee in the morning, right? So what's the process with this little gadget? This little thing, AeroPress Go, makes about, I would say you probably don't want to make over 16 ounces at a time with it personally, but you can experiment with how many grounds you can fit in here and whatnot. We're gonna start by grinding up our coffee. So this comes with a little measuring spoon, and it comes with a little stirring device. This is a little nifty little thing, all compact into its little carrying case, which is really cool. So for me, this little hand grinder, a couple heaping spoonfuls of beans, fits in there just nicely. And you don't have to grind your own if you don't want. We just like the fresh flavors that comes out of that. So then there's this moment. So we got a round of beans all nicely ground up. So this comes in 2 pieces, and it's got some markings on here. It's got a little rubber plunger, kind of like a syringe or whatever. So this just fits right here in the bottom. I pretty much line this up with the number 3. And by the way, this is different than how the instructions that come with it say to do it. So this is how I prefer to do it. So I line up the plunger with the bottom of the number 3 there, or top of it because it's upside down. Pour this in there. So this is lined up just above the number 2. So if you're just scooping up some fresh ground, pre-ground stuff, that's about how full we go ahead and do this. We've got a pot of hot water over here on the fire, so I'm just gonna go grab a little bit of that. And we'll just pour some of that in here. Fill that up. Now with the rest of your hot water that I just scooped out of there, we're gonna preheat our mug a little bit. So you got your nice little stir stick that comes in your kit here. It's pretty cool. And just mix that little concoction up inside there. All right, so then you got your filter, and if you opt for the stainless filter, it comes with this white lettering on the outside edge of it, and they say go ahead and put that white lettering up. So I don't know if the little holes inside this filter are, I don't know, bored out a certain way or whatever. So I just follow their instructions for that, and it hasn't let me down yet. If you opt for the paper filter, just stick that in there. All right, you got your cup, you flip that over right on top of your cup. And it is called the AeroPress for a reason. Just give it a nice press. Usually it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to get it down there. And it doesn't have to sit and steep inside there very long. They actually say like 1 minute, but you can rock out this little espresso shot pretty quickly. If you feel a lot of resistance, just lift up on it. That plunger is actually going to pull back up and pull a little bit of air back into the underside, so whatever might be clogging it kind of breaks that up a little bit. You can hear it and feel it go towards the end. I like to give it a good squeeze at the end, trying to get as much of that coffee out of there as possible. Give it a tilt, you'll see some more dripping down in there. Don't want to waste any of that. Now, at this point, you could just fill this up with some hot water and have a nice cup of coffee right out of the container. We've got our insulated mugs and whatnot. Keep that coffee a little hotter, a little longer. And transfer my hot water to our second mug. Just pour that in there. I'm gonna go get another cup of water here. Just to aid in cleanup, you can pour your water in there. Just because you want to be as efficient as possible with your water out here when you're camping. So I like to just kind of rinse it out with the water I'm going to use to drink my coffee with. And there you have it. Now, one of my favorite parts of this whole thing is the puck. When you take this thing back apart, take this black piece off, your filter's sitting in there if you've got the stainless steel filter. Just slide it right off. It comes off pretty dang clean in itself. So a splash of water or even just a good wipe down with a paper towel, and this thing's ready for another round. This right here is my favorite part. The puck of grounds. And this, I just drop off into the either the trash can or the fire. We got a fire going, so we're gonna dump it in there. Don't just throw it on the ground. Like, if everybody does that, you're gonna go to a campsite with a whole lot of coffee grounds all over the ground. If you're at home, throw it in your compost and use that in your garden. So you give that the tilt, the puck slides right off, and you're left with not a whole lot of stuff to clean up. So you can rinse a little bit of water in there, wipe it out with a paper towel, and cleanup is a breeze. Same with that little stir stick, just wipe it off and you're good to go. So there you have it. It is AeroPress Camp Coffee. Absolutely delicious. It's the only way to go. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And we're gonna see you next time right here on Rome Bearded.